New York City has played an important role in the history of Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans for well over a century, and in some cases longer than that. Even Ramon Emeterio Betances, who is considered the father of the Puerto Rico independence movement, fled to the city in 1869 after the failed Grito de Lares insurrection against the Spanish. Since then, many Puerto Ricans would come to view New York City as the place to go if you had to leave the island. A decade after the U.S. acquired Puerto Rico, small waves of Puerto Ricans would begin to migrate to New York as a result of labor recruitment by the U.S. They would find work in various industries such as agriculture and factories. Many settled in East Harlem, which became known as El Barrio or Spanish Harlem, forming the foundation for a Puerto Rican community in New York City. However, it wasn't until the 1950s that Puerto Ricans would immigrate to the city in large numbers, seeking economic opportunity and better living standards. By 1955, over 700,000 Puerto Ricans had settled in New York City, and by 1960, it was over 1 million. Keep in mind that the total population in Puerto Rico at the time was under 3 million people. As the population kept growing, Puerto Ricans faced significant challenges in New York City's urban environment, often experiencing discrimination and economic hardships. However, they also found ways to preserve their cultural heritage through music, food, and language, creating a vibrant culture that blended aspects of Puerto Rican and American identities. Over time, the term New York-Rican or New Yorican would come to describe this new culture and the descendants born from these Puerto Ricans that had made New York their home. While some New York-Ricans may feel a strong connection to their Puerto Rican heritage and identify strongly as Puerto Ricans, they encounter situations where their authenticity is questioned by some individuals on the island as not being real Puerto Ricans. This sentiment can lead to a sense of exclusion and frustration. They feel that their connections to the Puerto Rican culture and identity remain strong despite living in a different environment, and the rejection by some on the island can be hurtful. For their part, those on the island may express concerns that New York-Ricans have become disconnected from their cultural roots and traditions, adopting more American customs and behaviors. This perceived cultural disconnect may lead to a sense of alienation or loss of authenticity within the broader Puerto Rican community. Some examples of this cultural disconnection include language variation. New York-Ricans often use a blend of Spanish and English, incorporating Spanglish or a unique Puerto Rican-influenced English dialect. This linguistic fusion can sometimes lead to difficulties in communication or understanding between Puerto Ricans and New York-Ricans who may not be accustomed to this particular linguistic style. Cultural practices and traditions. New York-Ricans may not fully engage in or understand certain cultural practices and traditions that are common in Puerto Rico. This includes religious customs, traditional festivals, and other cultural events that play a significant role in Puerto Rican heritage. Different social priorities. The social, economic, and political realities faced by Puerto Ricans on the island and New York-Ricans in New York City may lead to different social priorities and concerns. For example, Puerto Ricans on the island may be more focused on local issues, while New York-Ricans may be more concerned with challenges specific to the Puerto Rican diaspora in the United States. Cultural references and icons. Puerto Ricans and New York-Ricans may have different cultural references and icons that hold significance for each group. This can include differences in music preferences, entertainment choices, and cultural figures that are celebrated or revered within their respective communities. Sense of identity. New Yorkers often navigate between their Puerto Rican heritage and their American upbringing, resulting in a unique blend of cultural identities. This can lead to a sense of detachment or confusion regarding their place within the broader Puerto Rican cultural context, potentially contributing to a feeling of disconnection from the cultural norms of Puerto Rico. However, it's important to note that despite these disconnects, New Yorkers or Puerto Ricans living in New York City have made significant contributions not only to the cultural landscape of New York, but also to Puerto Rico. Their impact can be observed in various spheres, including culture, politics, music, etc. Examples include social activism. New Yorkers have been involved in social and political activism, advocating for issues affecting Puerto Rico both in New York and on the island. They have played a significant role in raising awareness about Puerto Rico's political status and advocating for social justice and equality. Arts and literature. Many New Yorker artists, writers, and poets have drawn inspiration from their Puerto Rican heritage, creating works that reflect their cultural roots and experiences. Some of these individuals have also actively promoted Puerto Rican arts and literature, both in the United States and in Puerto Rico. Also, some of the great Puerto Rican iconic figures, especially in music, have come out of New York City. Community development. New Yorker community organizations have often supported initiatives aimed at community development and social welfare in Puerto Rico. These initiatives may include educational programs, healthcare support, and infrastructure development, among others. It's crucial to note that not all Puerto Ricans on the island reject New Yorkers as real Puerto Ricans. Many people on the island value the cultural contributions and connections that the Puerto Rican diaspora, including the New Yorker community, bring to the collective identity. Efforts to bridge the gap and foster a sense of unity and understanding between the two communities are ongoing and are essential in creating a more inclusive and supportive environment for all Puerto Ricans, regardless of their location. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Help us to spread this video by sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more videos.